Alright, today we're looking at a gold ranked Kiriko. A new player to Kiriko as well, not too many hours on her, 3 total. And we got the defense done really easily, but we had a hard time pushing cart at the end, which is pretty stereotypical Dorado. That is a lot of Dorado games, so we'll take a look at this code. Now, if you're new to Kiriko, just a sort of introductory sort of remarks about Kiriko. She's not the heal bot that she was when she got released. She had a crazy amount of healing output, and that led to a lot of people just sitting in the back doing nothing but healing tank, because eventually you'd be able to win the team fight if you just kept people alive, because she had a ridiculous amount of healing. Since then, she's been nerfed, and people have sort of refined how you play her. Specifically, people like Awkward have somewhat coined an entire playstyle of Kiriko. But she is no longer this heal bot. She's absolutely a DPS. A DPS focused support. And what I mean by that is that if she is paired specifically with an Ana, well, not specifically with an Ana, but if she is paired with an Ana, the Ana is going to be able to do the bulk amount of healing onto the Sigma, and it's going to give you opportunities to position with either one of these two, in terms of letting them hold power positions around the map. And that's going to be important because Soldier lacks a lot of vertical mobility, so when he goes, say you're on attack, if he was trying to rotate to this high ground, you have to rotate to the stairs, up here, and then get to there. If he has to immediately give up the position, it takes him a long time to be able to go back to this power position. So if you're up here supporting him, if you're sitting like here, throwing healing onto him as he's peeking them, then that's going to provide a lot of support for your team, and it's going to provide a lot of value. It's a little difficult for you to heal the Pharah, so it's not really your job. Like, it is your job, but like, you can't exactly stick with her in the sky. You can teleport to her and then you'll just fall. So in this specific scenario, you're definitely going to look to be just sort of like almost like a mercy pocket to this Soldier, because Kiriko plays pretty similar to Brig, where she's very good at denying enemy aggression and tethering herself to either a person or a position. In this case, either tethering herself to the Ana so that she can do some damage onto their pharmacy, or the Soldier doing the same thing, will give you a lot of value. And it's sort of like when Kiriko comes down to it, the basis is like, it's more about who should I be healing, not when should I be healing and when should I be damaging, because you should always be looking to damage, but it's about who you're healing, and as long as you're keeping him topped up, then there's opportunities for you to throw damage, throw kunai out as your damage and look to pressure the enemy. By the same margin, if no one is doing this, you go do it yourself. If the Soldier is dead, if the Pharah's pushed out, if the Ana's back pocketing the tank, if no one else is up here, you would come and do this, and you come do it yourself. And then the second you get forced out, you turn around, you swift step away, you heal your team up, you spend some time healing while you get your cooldowns, you throw some spam kunai through the choke, and then you rinse and repeat, and you do the same thing again and again and again and again. The point being, you need to split focus from your team. You need to take some of that attention, you need to take some of their resources, and then you swift step out so they've wasted the resources, or you just straight up get kills. One of the two. They either respond to you with resources and aggression and force you out, or they don't, and you just get free access to the backline with kunai and you get kills. So that's what we're going to be looking for in terms of you doing throughout this entire map, is going to be how are they playing around these high grounds, for one, because that's what Dorado's all about. Even point two, if the cart was somewhere like here, and your tank is either positioned here or here, we'd be looking for like, okay, is our carry rotating up here and throwing kunai onto here until they come, and then swift stepping to here, and then as the fight is happening here, are we still playing on these like outskirts of the team fight here and trying to look for our own angle slash damage on the fight? So that's what we're gonna look for. So yeah, swift step is a way for you to walk to an off angle and then to kite out with. So you don't want to be using your swift step to get around because you'll get punished for that pretty quickly, I would say. Suzu, obviously good to cleanse abilities, to counter ults, to counter just to counter an investment of resources that they put in. Like if they nano the Rhine and then they sleep your Sig, and then they're looking to like pin your Sig or whatever it is, right? Or they like solo EMP someone, your cleanse just instantly bang counteracts that. So really, really effective tool at countering enemy aggression. And then of course Kitsune Rush is a tempo ult, which means you use it when you see an opportunity for it, and it plays out pretty similar to Bap Window in that it sort of dominates a, like if you put Kitsune Rush along here, it dominates this lane, right? Like they have to respect it, and it even sort of dominates the next one if people are still getting its effect here. So the same way putting a Bap Window on this high ground or on this high ground instantly demands respect for these like entire lanes, right? But by the same margin, it's also pretty fast charging ultimate, so don't be too cautious with it. Throw it out, but yeah, make sure your team is in a position to capitalize from it, or someone, like even if it's just the soldier, and you make sure they're in a position to use it, because it's not really something that you can solo like a window. You'll get a little bit of value from it, but it'll get a heap of value the more people are in it. So let's get into this. Those are the sorts of things we're going to be looking for.
Stop the payload.
Appreciate it.
It's good. All topped up. We don't really need to rotate Tirana, we just needed to chill inside this high ground as she rotates to us and tops us up, or we just let the support passive proc. Because our soldier was feeling a little isolated, so he's dropped back.
Under my
Help
protection.
with Sigma.
What's up?
Careful dropping the nice swift step away. Cleanse probably a little bit early. He wasn't super in a super bad way. So maybe a little bit punished there by the Ana instantly aiding and sleeping him, but alright, he's topped up. We're topping up the Pharah.
You take a lot of damage, huh? Sorry. Kokoya?
Okay, if no one is going to do it, go do it yourself. What we said at the start of the VOD. Right now, he's good. He's good. He survived that investment of aggression from the team. They used nade, they used sleep, they used fire strike. Technically, they used some shield health to close the gap to him. Probably. He's naded and getting pocketed by his Ana. Now go back up here. Go back up here. Look for opportunities to damage on the backline. Look for opportunities to kill the Ana from a different angle. Don't be spamming into shields and just chucking out heal. So your job's done now, and we're just like we're still sitting here, healing at full health HP, full HP target. Throwing Q9 into a shield.
You take a lot of damage,
being,
huh?
you're not a spam hero. You're essentially a sniper, in that you do 40 damage to a shield / body shot, whereas you do 120, like the multiplier. Oh, it just got changed actually. It's 45 body and shield, and it's 2.5. So that's what 90 plus 23, like 110. Around abouts 113, something like that. But the point is that it's absolutely worth that you go find heads, not find bodies, or shields. Even worse is shields, because that does nothing. So yeah, you need to be getting back onto this back line and pressuring them out. Think about this: every single time you're up here, or you're up here, and you force this Ana to use nade on herself, that is huge. That is huge. If you headshot her and you pressure her into like running away and then nading herself instead of nading your tank or nading your soldier or you or whatever, that is huge. That is a huge amount of value you're putting out. Slash, if you just kill the Mercy and the Pharah no longer has a pocket, then it's a Pharah v Pharah battle. There's no uneven, she has a Mercy, Yaz doesn't. But every nade that you're forcing her to use on yourself is a nade that you don't have to cleanse from your team as well. So there's nuanced value like that Kiriko can find by pressuring the right people. And again, similar to how it's about who you're healing, it's about who you're shooting. Because Pharah, yeah, you could hit her. It'd be a pretty hard character to hit though, projectile on a flying hero. Like, are you gonna headshot her? Because you're gonna need to hit like 3 headshots to kill her through the Mercy. Whereas you can definitely force out the Junkrat, you can definitely force abilities or force out the Ana, and you can potentially kill the Mercy.
Thanks for the touch-up.
We've lost the Pharah a little, but she gets killed, that's good. I was just gonna say, like, good that you're going to support the soldier, but he was in a bad position. Like, Kiriko is about either tethering to a person or tethering to a position, and right now tethering to above where he was would have been a lot of value. Slash over here as well, but they're sort of in a position to be able to push forward and kite around you. But then you can also just keep swinging, right? Like, we have a instant get out of jail free card. It doesn't matter where we position, as long as we have that ability available to us, we can go on like a complete flank 180. And the hidden value of this is that we can still see how the fight's progressing from where we are. We're not like looking at it through walls and judging it based off the HP of our teammates. The Junkrats, see, and now that we're not holding those high grounds, slash those off angles, that Junkrat is able to get instant value from it, getting a kill on your Ana.
Restoring
Junkrat's on the left. Just trying to help our soldier. Where are we going? Where are we going? Whoa. Okay, that was a little bit experimental. But
I'm grateful.
again, the shooting shield is not doing a lot. I know that the Ana's not there at the moment, so we are a little bit stuck making sure that he's healthy, but your Pharah is just better, I guess, as well. These little moments that you press up and you pull back, and then you're pressing up again, and then you pull back a bit, and then pressing up. Try and make it more streamlined. Like, the call was right. Like, you should be pushing up. You don't have to have these like moments of second guessing yourself. Just go do some damage. Go find this Ana's head. Right? It's dangerous, but we got the kill. Support buff is triggering. I don't think we need to give up this position. We're a little weak, but we can like use wall climb and stuff like that to be able to dodge this Pharah's projectiles and keep healing. She only hit that shot on us because it's really obvious where we're heading. Like, she has to lead her shots and we're walking back towards our team. Like, her next shot is going to be on this wall. She can see where you're heading.
Kaiki, I'm with you.
Actuating the barrier.
Yeah, I think this is a misplay. We're giving up a lot of space. We force out that Pharah again. Oh, they're on Moira now.
Barrier is splintering.
Look at your soldier. Look where he is.
I'm taking off.
Should be with him, and it's dangerous to like switch step in, right? Because then you get like you have to live for 5 seconds
The
like he is.
breeze
But the
brings
fight's pretty much
relief.
over now. Like it wouldn't matter now, but
Melody.
in general.
I'm here.
But that's why when we're in these positions, like to the left of us, in the pre-fight, we need to stay there. We need to like, you know, not get forced out instantly and just start playing scared.
Thanks for the touch-up.
Why,
My
thank
ultimate
you.
is
Let's
ready.
go sit with that soldier. Let's go sit with that soldier.
Come get
Oh, if he had died there,
City.
that would have absolutely been your fault. Luckily, your Farah and soldier are working pretty well together. He just took some damage. That's one shot, just hide for a bit. Got the support buff, passive on itself.
Under my
Oh,
protection.
yeah,
60 seconds.
we weren't ready to cleanse that. That sort of snuck up on us. Again though, probably wouldn't be coming for us if we were on an off angle. You're very jumpy
Come
or
to me
trigger
for
happy
heals.
to just abandon
Come here.
your,
I can
your
heal you.
angle of damage.
Nano boost administered.
Don't forget about the
Hey.
that's a dangerous TP. But don't forget about the support passive. It's a huge thing that you don't have to just run to your Ana. And you can actually just sit somewhere and recover your health.
もう大丈夫.
Don't rush TPing back to fight. Card's still got a bit to push. And your team was, you know, doing okay overall.
Come here. I can heal you.
Nano boost administered.
The thing about TPing to tanks is that they're usually in a bad position, in that they're usually in the middle of it all. And so if you TP in, you're going to be in the middle of it all, and you're going to
Hey.
get your Suzu forced here.
もう大丈夫.
That actually turned into a nice cleanse
Let the
to,
Kitsune guide you.
counter the barrage, but I don't think it was intentional at all, I'm sorry. I don't even think he knew the Pharaoh was above you, let alone she was going to ult.
Bedankt.
It would have been a good Suzu to save the Sigma regardless, but it, yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Also a little micro detail just with your Kiriko aim. Because we're always looking for headshots, it's easy to just have your mouse at headshot height and then let your movement do the aiming. Similar to like, she's almost similar to like CSGO in terms of like, there's not a lot of movement that you want to be doing because you're always looking for a headshot and you don't want to be counteracting your aim by doing movement and mouse aim at the same time. Oh, no way,
What's
that
up?
Junkrat got away with hiding.
I've got you.
Payload has reached the checkpoint.
That's unfortunate.
What?
This is just the Junkrat going a bit. Oh, and the Baptiste flanking. That's unfortunate.
What's up? I've got you.
Payload has reached.
I didn't mention it before either, but I think the Kitsune Rush was a little overkill. I was gonna say see how it impacts this next fight, but I don't even think your team got a chance to take a fight.
I licked my wounds. Let's go. City.
Let's go get the high ground. Let's not be shooting in main. Let's go get the high ground. Let's go help someone hold him off angle. Where's our soldier? Let's be up here with him. Or over here with her. Anywhere but where we are now.
The barrier's weakened.
Come Come to me for heals.
There we go. Nice.
Protecting.
We gotta be a bit careful for the next 3 seconds.
Come here. I can heal you.
Ah, we don't need to be rushing. The Ana's there. Just chill. Just chill. Ana's got it sorted. I think you said you were duoed with the tank, potentially. Prince, was it? If you are, then he can absolutely call for when he needs help, and he will, but he would not have just then. Sigma as well is so self-sufficient with his shield grasp and his shield HP, so no need to panic at all. Ooh. I think that was a mistake. I don't think we meant to drop. Again, he's fine though. He's fine. He's getting pocketed by the armor. Where's that soldier? He's on the high. You need to be up here with him.
Like a gentle rain.
You either be up here with him or just be abusing the fact that he is running around the map for you and swift step to him to then go do some damage on the Ana yourself.
What's up?
Oh, that's a bad TP. That's right in the middle of everything. Very dangerous. Nice. I'm not dying to that.
Thank you.
Team kill.
Alright, go up to your soldier.
Holding my ground.
I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but like this is the type of things you need to. This is the type of places you need to be playing from to get value as Kiriko.
30 seconds remaining.
Now, looking to heal tank right now. Not terrible because we want to get this Kitsune Rush ready. It'll be huge if we can Kitsune Rush with a soldier ult. That'll be a team fight winner. But if we can't, we can at least let him build the rest of his visor. If we have Kitsune Rush, then we can use it.
The Kitsune is ready to be unleashed.
And this is the problem. This is the problem of positioning, man. You are subject to, like, whether or not that was on you, or whether or not you just contributed to the bulk of players standing in front of the Rhine that made him want to shatter. It's still, like, we don't want to be shattered. And I think our team's going to clean up this fight, but
We've
it
got
feels
this.
pretty trash. Like, knowing that we had a really big impact on this last fight. We
Let
could
the
have
Kitsune guide you.
won the fight, and,
Round one.
we
Complete.
got picked off before we could
Cute shoulder
even
pads.
impact it.
Score 0.
Hopefully this is all making sense so
Switching
far.
sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If this turns into a loss, that's pretty nuts because I
Soothing your wounds.
think your team has
Come
been
here. I can heal you.
the dominant one so far. That's unfortunate for the soldier, but probably a really good Junkrat trap placement. Now, one DPS is dead, the other one is hard to pocket because she's in the middle of the fucking sky. Let's go up here. And let's look for damage ourselves. Let's go here. Let's quite crazy, but I wouldn't hate it. Let's climb over this wall and look to kill the Ana. It's a little bit crazy, but your team is safe right now. There's an Ana with them. They're pushing cart a little bit. Their team's giving a lot of space. If you go kill the Ana right now, you're going to get cart all the way up to here for free. Potentially even a little bit further, like here, by the time they're ready to take a fight again. And that's huge. That's huge amounts of value.
Restoring balance. I'm here.
Oh, that's about 2p again. Oh,
Not
nice.
crazy enough.
Oof. That was bad because it was a Junkrat, right? He could just one-tap you, but that was a nice headshot, and then
Come
good
to me
luck
for
avoiding
heals.
his passive.
You take a lot of damage, huh?
Nice escape, too. And now we just hide. Now we just hide. Now we just hide. We don't get staggered. Holy shit. Oh.
Kakuya,
Okay, nice. You live.
we need to move
The
the
big thing
payload.
being there is if you had a died there, like there was very little you could have gotten out of that situation, but there was so much you could have lost by getting staggered.
I can heal you.
Just because you didn't have a lot of
breeze
HP, you
brings
didn't have a
relief.
lot of abilities available. It was just a little bit risky. Yeah, well, you can see your soldier. You can see him doing it. You can see him running down to the left. Go be with him. Go be with him. Keep rotating left. Oh, I'm gonna sit in there.
My bad.
Ah, too early. Too early. Too early.
Sorry about that.
It's a mind game. It's always a mind game with Junkrat Reptire. But if you can throw some damage out and you can damage him, you can force him into using it.
私がついてる。
My ultimate is charging. Orisa is here. Convene at the payload.
木漏れ日のごとく。
Oh, she wants to do the flank. Now you have an echo, so even more so now you're looking to be proactive on your own and go do stuff on your own. Keep swinging around to the left. Open up the angle.
Restoring balance. Come to me for heals.
And it's a little this is a little bit of a reach, but your Anodyne at Junkrat spam just then can be a flow-on effect of you not going and taking an angle. If you're over here, you're demanding attention, you're demanding them to deal with you. I know the Junkrat's occupying this lane and spamming from this angle, so he might just continue doing what he's doing, but by being over here, you demand attention, you're demanding space, and you're saying, hey, either come take this space from me, or I'm going to keep using it to force you to go back and get our team space in. That's the indirect value that you get from just playing in places, let alone doing anything from them, by just positioning here. And it also, if every healer has a radius of where they can heal from, right? Anna's is pretty long because she's a sniper. Yours is pretty short because the further away it is, you have a maximum reach before you can't even target them, but the further away they are, the more travel time your Ofuda have to do, slash the longer it takes to heal people. So if there is an effective bubble around where you can be healing, where your support lineup is going to be healing, by playing over here, you're extending it to be like all of this area, not just this little play through main, and if you want healing, you're going to come to main. Essentially, if there is a zone, if there is a bubble around where it's safe to play, by playing here, you've extended it to this whole area.
Rocket barrage incoming.
Not big.
Like a gentle
Barrage
rain.
continues to be a mid ultimate because she can't cancel it, she just dies when she uses it. Junkrat spam you out, you live.
Arigato. Push forward.
And this is the other bad side about playing in main, is we're just subject to so much spam damage. Whether it's Junkrat, whether it's Orb, whether it's a Fire Strike. Yana dies again. Trying to kill this Junkrat. Your team's she's probably frustrated that Deep's not
Carry
dealing
on
with
the
it,
wind.
but they're also not really in a position to deal with it. And she's only dying as well because she is also positioning in main. Nice job surviving. But you see how your attack, this round seems harder in general. Not much has changed. You're both playing the same team comps. Your tank has swapped up a little bit, but you were doing a lot more damage on the defense. Right now you've just been sitting in main, trying to keep your tank up as it pushes through choke. There's a time and place to be doing that, but just shooting the right people can just open up team fights.
Cloning module loaded. Prepare for duplication.
Couple more minutes and speed up
I'm with you.
towards the end of this. And we can be up with our echo. We can absolutely be up in our echo. making it difficult for their backline to walk with their Ryan at the moment.
Duplicating Ash.
Let the Kitsune guide you!
Nice. I like this early use of it.
Under my protection.
Very good. So you waited that time. The difference between the 3 Riptides that we've seen so far, that one, you were in a position to find it early, see where it was coming from. You found it, and then you timed the cleanse. You were like, you played the mind game and you won. Whereas the other times we were like we were in main, we were too far pushed up, and like we couldn't tell where it was coming from, and then we threw it early. And we still went a little too hard trying to use our ultimate, I think.
The payload is approaching
If it's even still up, maybe it's not. Oh, it just ended. It's hard to tell. Cards in the way.
Under my protection.
Oh, it just wasn't rendering before. Yeah, we're trying to use it. And we end up getting punished for it.
Come here. I can heal you.
Oh, unlucky.
We are outnumbered. Careful.
You're only got the kill, that's good. Oh, unlucky miss on this cleanse. Try and hit safe spaces when you're looking to hit your cleanse. Because this is dodgy trying to like throw it at the Orisa because the cart is in the way. She's on a slant. It can make it a little bit like finicky, and if it hits on it. So maybe like aiming for this wall, or aiming for cart specifically, like splashing it off the back or something like that, or aiming for here rather than in this area, aiming around on the spots around that. Because she's not going to push in, basically. That's why I'm not saying throw it for deeper. If she's antied, she's pushing out. So you can predict where she's going to go. Oh, this is... Wow, that was a dangerous TP, and I don't think anyone saw you somehow. Try and get a pick, we get forced out. It's the end of that fight. Kind of close.
I learned from that. Come to me for heals.
She staggered herself. Now we have a jump for some reason. This is a great opportunity to wall climb up here and take a 1v1. And you know what? If she headshots you, you cleanse to buy yourself time to turn around and switch step away, because you probably don't react quick enough. If she headshots you, to just be able to switch step because she can body shot you into you. But we can absolutely go contest this Ashe.
Come here. I can heal you.
If the Ashe is dead, our Barret's going to have an infinitely easier time when she comes back. I know exactly that you were trying to cleanse yourself and the Orisa because you wanted to not be on fire. But again, subject to spam. And a little bit of, we wouldn't have been dynamited in the first place if we would go and contest this Ashe.
Done playing around. Come to me for heals. I'm here.
Barret gets a couple good picks. 30 seconds.
Don't let up. We don't have much time.
Go take a duel with the Ashe. Go do it now before anyone on your team remotely needs help.
We need to move the payload.
Moving the payload. Clear of path.
It's gonna be a big fire. It's coming above you.
Let me balance you out.
10 seconds.
I'm not sure what happened. They tried to kill me. But a bit trigger happy with the plans. He's about to shadow. Oh, that's a huge play. Huge play by their own. Yeah, unlucky. Look. Yeah, there was a significant lack in proactiveness on the attack. The defense, you had moments where you went and took an off angle and you went back to high ground and you knew like, okay, now the fight's over, I'll go do something. when the fight was over, or even before the next fight had started, there were opportunities to come up here and take 1v1s with the Ashe, or even, it's pretty crazy, but going all the way around here and throwing damage from here, or getting to this point and throwing damage from these angles. Like, these are the plays that you have to find. Like, you wall climb up here, you go here, and then you wall climb across this gap, and then you open up the angle. And the value being that there's pressure going out this way, which is being met by your pressure here on the front line. By coming from your own angle and putting pressure onto these guys, you force attention this way. You force people to turn. So if you come here and shoot from this angle, I guarantee if you shoot, whoever you're shooting, so probably the Ana, is going to turn and focus you, or she's just going to run away. The Ashe is going to try and force you out. The Junkrat is going to try and force you out. All of a sudden, there's 4 people exerting pressure from your team against the Moira and Ryan, 2 people. So you're forcing favorable matchups across the map by doing things like this. But yeah, look, not bad overall. Like, you have very little hours on the hero, so it makes sense that you're a little trigger happy with some abilities. You're a little skittish with your positioning. But yeah, no, it was pretty good overall. So just look to take these positions. There's like cooldown usage and ultimate usage is whatever, because the correct way to be using them relies on us being in these positions and doing these things in the first place. So that's what we need to be looking out for. But yeah, hopefully this helped, and hopefully you see some progress in your games.